Good afternoon. I don't know what time it is on your side, but it's good evening on my side as it approaches 3:30. For the time being, we have not seen each other, and it's unlikely that we are about to see each other either. But technology has made the world so small that it doesn't matter where you are and where I am, we can still have the same conversation as if I was sitting right before you. It is that level of technology that we are interested in introducing on our academic platforms to assist us in rising up to the space that we're supposed to be as far as delivery of education is concerned. I want to just thank the Secretariat of the Commission, supported by Dr. Flomo, who is providing consultancy, to ensure that together we can boast of going forward with the rest of the world. I'm particularly impressed with the laboratory offer, and I'm just going to have a small conversation with the Minister of Finance, the Exchequer, to ensure that the contribution are called a real contribution for what you're about to offer us. I don't think that's a real cost for what we're about to get. But even if it's just $1, I still need to have a conversation with the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, who alone has the authority to sign off on all commitments that have financial numbers. But all in all, we are the beneficiary, and I'm in this room with presidents of universities and other colleagues in academia, having a single voice, appreciating your offer, and signing off on whatever we need to do together to make sure that what we used to see as pitfalls in our delivery of education will become history and become history permanently. Besides that, I hope someday soon we can have the privilege of you visiting us, especially when you come to the accreditation. We have come a long way as a country. We have come a long way as academic institutions. And we are just about now ready to move on, leapfrogging, ensuring that we also can boast of the quality that anyone, anywhere in the world can boast of. We could do our own assessment and grade ourselves. But what I know of grading is that self-assessment, as good as it is, it has a little bit of deficiency. So this is why we want to collaborate with you to help us from your perspective, to see us from your camera and see whether or not we are who we said we are. And if not, why not? And if we are not there, how do we get there eventually? Thank you very much. I just wanted to make these comments as introduction before we proceed into whatever else needs to be done, as the technical gentleman, Dr. Flomo, says right behind me. Thank you again. If I need to come back, I'll be happy to do so.
Thank you very much, Minister Sonny, for the great remarks. Not to waste any time, we are going to turn to Praxis Lab from Egypt, headed by Madam Safia, who who's going to talk to us and make some brief statement, and then from there we'll go straight into the symbolic signing of the MOU between Praxis Lab, and that will be followed by the International Academic and Management Association. Then will come one of the giants in education in the world, the ASIC, that will also be speaking. So we'll now start with Praxis Lab. You are welcome. You can please unmute yourself and put your video on so we see you. Safia, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to everyone in the room and on the meeting. We're very honored to be here today with the National Commission on Higher Education of Liberia to sign this strategic MOU between NCHE and Praxilabs. Since its beginning in 2016, Praxilabs' mission has always been to use our technology to provide advanced levels of education and unlock more possibilities for students everywhere across the globe, with increased engagement, enhanced outcomes, and better understanding. This is based on providing equal opportunities in STEM education for students in different learning institutions. Since we started, we have had in our hearts and minds that all of Africa would be major beneficiaries of our platform. Coming from Egypt, Africa, our dream was to avail Praxilabs for all African students to overcome many challenges like the cost of access to physical labs and availability for all students to use the labs, while completely achieving the science labs learning outcomes. We are thrilled to offer all Praxilabs simulation to all the Liberian students in more than 40 universities as part of this 5-year MOU, as our first national agreement in sub-Saharan Africa. Starting this academic year, we are providing a countrywide license for all the universities for both our current and future simulations. Liberia is a model for countries working hard with a scientific mindset to develop education as the way to a better future for the country and its people. We are Egyptians, want to be part of the development of all African countries. And we're so happy and proud to offer similar agreements for all the African countries, having Liberia as a role model in the continent. I would like, at the end, I would like to thank NCHE team, the chairman, Professor Soni, Professor Lapla, and Professor Flomo for the amazing support that we had from them since we started this discussions, and the great opportunity to be here today with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So are you set for your presentation? Is it that Hisham is going to do that?
Yes, we're ready for this. If you want, Flomo or Dr. Flomo, we're ready to have a 5 minutes demo, a very quick one.
So let me give him the chance.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody in the room, and also everybody joining us for this meeting. And again, thank you indeed for such a kind of an opportunity to give back to the continent that we believe in and we belong to, Africa. As being an African country, we're so proud to be part of this, and we're looking forward to get this kind of a role model in Liberia to all other African countries. I'm going to start sharing my screen to save your time, so let me have this. I'm going to share my screen in order to give you a kind of glimpse of what we have in Praxilabs. But you just need your confirmation, please, that you see my screen now.
Yeah. Yes, we can see your screen.
Can you?
Yes.
Thank you. Basically, Braxilabs was made straightforward and simple to all students that they can use it. They can control the movement inside the lab itself using the normal device, mouse device or the touchpad of their devices. Once they click on that one, they receive a kind of an introductory message about the experiment, and after that, it goes directly into the simulations of the lab. And when we design the lab with our technologies, we try to make it identical of a normal science lab inside any kind of a school or institution. Simply, you can just like rotate and move inside the lab, having this kind of a feeling of being inside a normal physical like any other institution, which is the first thing that was always in my mind. The second thing was not only to provide the students with such a kind of way to do the practical, but to enhance the experience with other enrichment resources. And we can get to these resources by clicking on the near board have the first important allow protocol in the download and students to know the steps of that one. They can use it as a resource for their studies. That's not the only resource that we have, because we have a complementary resource that would complete the experience if you go to the Braksylabs website. At Braksylabs website, we provided the instructors, teachers, educators with extra resources that would enable them or help them in order to get more information. This is the PDF file as you see it, clear. And if you go to the website, can you see our website now? Okay. If I just click on this simulation, has all the information that would be required for the instructor, just like the general aim of the experiment itself, the method, the learning objectives, the theoretical background, and many other resources. In this way, the PDF that we give to the student and the other one we give to the instructor will complete the process. Another thing, we've made the protocol in a more interactive way, providing this kind of a 2D introduction or representing the lab, and it comes with native English voiceover. And the last thing here is the exercise. We've made sort of a set of questions in order to test the knowledge of the students acquired after doing this experiment, with an autocorrection right after the answering the questions itself. And once connected to a learning management system, it could be auto-well, and it reflects directly to the gradebook of all students. This is to get the whole cycle completed. If I get back to the lab simulation stuff, talking about just like a normal level of a student, first time to be introduced to the lab, they will have always our lab partner, this little robot, which would get the students the chance to get a hint of what's going on, expected action to be done. Not only that, after 10 seconds of no, it's another way of helping the students. And what I need is to click on this one to open the bottle, and after that, according to the information I have received from lab partner, I need to prepare 10 microliters of the RNase enzyme, and I can type this into this box. And once you type it, it opens the tab box in order to get the pipette and have it ready to get the enzyme. And guys, just like to zoom in, because one of the most important things that we try to make it available for the students is to give them the ability to zoom in order to see any kind of an interaction, changing color or the content or gas whatsoever. So they just like simply put it inside the RNAs, and you see that the color has changed, and then they put templates, the vote change, and normally here. And the most thing is that only to know how to use to do the practical, but the most important thing is there's safety while doing the experiment. So we've made sort of an integration between the steps of the lab and procedure, so the students wouldn't be able to move to the next step unless they follow the expected safety procedures. Just this bottle closed, and to get rid of the used step into the trash bin, and after that everything is ready for the next step, and so on. So if I try the next step, which is getting 700 microliters of the buffer, and I'm going to get the tip ready with this one here, and simply I'm going to zoom in to see if there will be any kind of a change in the color or something. I'm going to open the buffer here, a bottle, and I get this solution or the buffer using the pipette. And after that, I'll put it into the sample, and you can see the color would change from the purple color to another color. And I'm going to reset the whole thing back to the normal, and then secure the tip itself. And after that, I'll be able to move to the next step, which is opening the water bath in order to get this one. Here, as you see, not only enabling the practical, but the fact is, in some cases, able to cover the cost of those required devices. So here with براكسيلابس, the device can briefly what could be the experience of براكسيلابس. If you wish to get more information or details, I invite all the attendees to go and explore our website, which is braaksilabs.com, where you can just enjoy a complimentary free trial to get the experience. Thank you indeed for this. Again, it's such a kind of an honor to be an African serving this in one of the African countries that we do all respect, and hopefully Liberia would be the role model and another success story for براكسيلابس to share with the rest of the continent. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eshen, and thank you, Prasidla, for the presentation. We want to go back to Safia for any final remarks, and then for the symbolic signing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Flomo. Again, we're very thrilled to be here today with you, and we really are looking forward for a very fruitful cooperation and partnership with NCHE.
Thank you very much. So, can we clap for Prasidla? So we hope you hang on to follow the program for the next presenter that is about to come, the next speaker. We are proud and happy to invite on stage Dr. Bikach Sharma. Dr. Sharma is the president of the International Academic and Management Association based in India, and we want to say welcome, sir. We're trying to get you connected just in a few seconds. Okay, so we hear you now.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm blessed to be present with all of you today, such an august and honorable audience. Thank you, Minister Professor Dao Ansu Soni, Reverend James Andrew Labla, Dr. Morgana S. Flamo Jr., all the commissioners who are present here today, members of the IMA fraternity, Dr. Vinay, Dr. Milan, Dr. Durga Mohan, Dr. Asif, Dr. Siddharth, Professor Sudhir, Mr. Kishan, Mr. Mustafa, Mr. Patrick, and our friends from the media. Minister, sir, the association of my organization, that is International Academic and Management Association, or IMA, with Liberia is not new. We have been working with your student community for almost 6 years now, helping your students with scholarships and subsidized international education. Dr. Mugana, who again I know for several years now, and myself, we keep discussing about ways and means to take the higher education to the next level in Liberia. In fact, I often tell him, as I also tell a lot of other people who I meet, that I probably have a very divine connection with Liberia. And the kind of love and affection that I've received from the people of Liberia, especially the student community. And let me tell you, I keep receiving a lot of WhatsApp messages, a lot of messages over Facebook, a lot of emails, etc. The messages I receive and the love they've shared is unparalleled and overwhelming. Today, sir, it is a very special day for us as we formally signed an MOU with the National Commission on Higher Education, forming what I call a holy alliance between two organizations with equal passion for improving the quality of higher education in Liberia, taking it to international standards, and making Liberia a preferred destination for the students from across West Africa. Minister, sir, you are the oldest democracy in Africa, with a very enthusiastic and dynamic student population who have a great passion to learn, who have a great passion to do something for your country, who have a burning desire to remove the tag of a third world country. And honestly speaking, quality, dynamic, and affordable education is one of the keys to satisfy this burning desire that these students have. To conclude, sir, I would say that as we signed the MOU today, our organization has already started working with the National Commission in the preliminary stages, helping them in developing the doctoral and research programs by bringing in international university partners for collaboration. In fact, ASIC, the UK-based international accreditation agency, which is here today to sign an MOU with the Commission, has also been introduced by us. Sir, it is a long journey to travel before we reach our destination, but I'm sure together we will all make it happen. Thank you very much.
Let me thank you, Dr. Bika Sharma, for the great remarks.
Thank you.
Like he said, he has been working with Liberian students for about 6 years now, and he's very instrumental in ensuring that we get connected to most of the international universities we are getting on board. So let me thank you, sir, for the service to Liberia. You are just starting, and that special connection, we are hoping that continues so that your service to humanity, especially to Liberia, will be remembered. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we also want to use this time, like I said, to call, to give the opportunity to the ASIC UK. ASIC is one of the biggest accrediting agencies in the world, and we are happy that they have expressed interest in working with us in Liberia to work with our universities to ensure that our universities get international recognition and get accredited, so that at least our universities can begin to get listed among universities that are on the world ranking list. Even if we can be at the bottom, it is important that we are there. So the ASIC is one institution in the world that is working in this area, and they have vowed to help Liberia to get there and to support us. So we are going to give the floor over to Dr. Maurice Dimok, who is the chairman of the ASIC, to speak to us. Dr. Maurice, you are welcome.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all. Good afternoon, Minister, Chairman of the Board of Commissioners for Higher Education. It's so pleasing to see that education in the Republic of Liberia has benefited in recent years from some of their successful projects with international development partners that you've worked with. And despite the global shock of this horrible pandemic that we're all suffering from, Liberia remains steadfast in its commitment to the 2030 vision of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which are extremely important for all of us. ASIC and Liberia's National Commission on Higher Education, we are aligned in our mission to put quality at the heart of all our efforts to improve provision, a necessity in order to deliver on the vision of 21st century Liberia education. We believe that education today must equip students with the necessary core, soft and technical competencies required for meaningful outcomes to be realised, for both individual student aspirations and the sustainable development and growth of society in Liberia. And the challenges facing Liberia in providing equitable access for all are great, but not unsurmountable. And they're all challenges that we all face. We face the same challenges here in the United Kingdom. So we are very pleased that Liberia has seen the need to work with us to develop quality of education within their institutions. And may I add that this really should be not just at university level, but school level and college level, delivering TVET type of programs. I believe that working together, we will improve education to a high level. You mentioned being featured in the World University Rankings, and you don't mind whether you're at the bottom as long as you are featured. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with you. I don't want to see Liberia at the bottom of the rankings. I want to see high in the rankings. And working together, we have to have aspirations. We have to have high goals to aim for. And working together, I am absolutely sure that we will do that. And I'm sure within 5 years, we will see some of the Liberian institutions feature in the university rankings. Thank you very much.
That's very great. Dr. Morris, let me thank you very much for a great remarks and encouragement. So now Liberia is not targeting the bottom, we are targeting the top.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you for such a very great remark. So we will want to just, after listening to you, we want to give the Minister of Education 2 minutes to respond to some of the things you have said, and then we will move on with the remaining agenda on the program. But Minister, you're welcome.
Electronically, we are in the same room. I followed through on the conversations, and I was specifically happy when I heard you say you don't want to see us from the bottom. Well, I'm sure we can't start from the top either, but it's a privilege to collaborate with all of you, the laboratory, that we hope can also be scaled down to secondary schools, I guess. I understand. Because once we get the secondary schools properly ready, university ready, by the time they enroll at universities, they already are prepared to move into the areas that they would have done had things gone the way it should be. But again, let me just say thank you. We are on board with you. Only the science program, we are also on board, except that I said from the beginning that I'm going to have to discuss that with the exchequer to ensure that whatever I'm saying is supported by the hands that sign those instruments. And I believe in 5 years, whatever we see today will be history in this country. And we begin to see Liberia scaling up. Well, before I know, in the 70s, we were up, and we were truly up, because people visited us from South Africa, from other parts of the world, from Nigeria and Ghana, and this was the hub. This was the learning hub. But that has changed, but we hope to get back there shortly. This is a good beginning. I want to thank Honorable Labla and Dr. Flomo, who have initiated this, and I have with me here Dr. Nelson from the University of Liberia. So, when we begin this exercise, I'm sure he's the bigger university, and he will have to kick it off, and everybody join in. I want to say thank you very much for the offers you made, and the whole of Liberia is separate. On behalf of this country, I speak as a Minister of Education. We are specifically privileged to share this platform, and I don't know when we're going to be starting. Labla, Flomo, when do you intend for us to start? Immediately. So we are also ready to start immediately. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Minister. Not to waste your time, we are privileged to have the president of the biggest university in Liberia with us here, the president of the University of Liberia. So we are going to call him to make a brief remark and then give our vote of thanks. Doc, you're welcome. Dr. Julius Nelson.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege for me as a member of the Board of Commissioners of the National Commission on Higher Education and President of the University of Liberia to express our gratitude to you for agreeing to partner with us as we journey to the future. We believe that we are at the right moment to explore opportunities to improve our accreditation, and we believe you're working with us. All the institutions of higher learning, we are ready and willing to explore those opportunities, and we look forward to the engagement with the laboratory possibilities, because STEM program in our different schools, we need to improve, and we believe that you're working with us in that partnership will move us from whatever level we find ourselves today to the next level in our secondary schools and in our higher institution of learning. So thank you so much, and we want to also express our gratitude to Dr. Reverend Labla and Dr. Flomo in the Secretariat for exploring this partnership, and we thank the Minister, the Chairman of the Commission, for giving all that push that all of us in higher education should get to the point now where accreditation should have a different meaning as we go forward. And yes, we look forward to being on top, but we'll start from where we are, and we'll work very, very hard to go to the top. And with your push and support, we believe that we will make it together as we work together to move forward. Congratulations, and thank you so much as we sign these different MOU for partnership with the National Commission and all of us that are institutions of higher learning in the Republic of Liberia. God bless you.
Wonderful. Every good thing must come to an end. We want to thank all of you for this great opportunity, for speaking with us, and for joining Liberia in our our quest to make Liberia second to none in Africa, and in our quest to make Liberia a hub for quality education in West Africa. We are happy that you were able to be a part of this occasion, that you joined us. Let me also use this time to thank our various universities and our stakeholders in education for joining us here to be a part of this very important occasion. So we have received all of the MOUs, and we are going to send the signed copies over to you, and we hope that from this point today, the minister asked how soon. We say immediately. So it means from this point today, as we are signing, work starts to ensure that the different things we have to do are done and are done on time, so that Liberia is able to move from where we are. Thank you very much again. Thank you very much for this time, and want to say bravo. Have a very good time as we leave this meeting, and the discussion continues after the meeting. Dr. Sharma and Safia and Dr. Maurice, I will be getting to you or to continue the process from here.